I'm in the books of the prophets. We in that New King James Bible. My mom gave me this Bible. I read the whole entire Bible. Banning TikTok in the United States, it's hypocritical. But I learned a long time ago, you can't control people. And I just gotta stick with my Bible and keep making videos. It's our freedom for sure. The books of the prophet, Isaiah chapter 30. Books of the prophets. Woe to the rebellion children, says the Lord, who take counsel, but not of me, and who devise plans, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, who walks to go down to Egypt, and have not asked my advice, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And therefore the strength of Pharaoh shall be your shame, and trust in the shadow of Egypt shall be your humiliation. For his princes were at Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hanes, and they were all ashamed of people who could not benefit them, or be helped or benefit, but a shame and also a reproach, the burden against the beast of the south. Though a land of trouble and anguish, from which came the lioness and lion, the viper and fury flying serpent, and they will carry their riches on the back of young donkeys, and their treasures on the humps of camels, into a people who shall not profit, for the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore I have called her Rehab and Shebeth, the rebellious people. Now go, write it before them on a tablet, and not on a scroll, that it may be for a time to come, forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children who will not hear the law of the Lord, who say to the seers, do not see, and to the prophets, do not prophesy to us right things, speak to us smooth things, prophecy deceits, get out of the way, turn aside from the path, cause the holy ones of Israel to cease from before us. Therefore, thus says the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word, and trust in oppression and perversity, and rely on them, therefore this iniquity shall be to you, like a breach ready to fall, and a bulge in a high place. And suddenly in the instant, and he shall break it, like a breaking of a potter vessel, which is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so there shall not be found among its fragments in a shred to take 5 from the hearth, or to take water from the Christian. For thus says the Lord God, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest you shall be saved, in quietness and confidence shall be your strength. But you would not, and you said, no, for we will flee on horses. Therefore you shall flee, and will ride on swift horses. Therefore those who pursue you shall be swift. 1,000 shall flee at the threat of 1. At the threat of 5 you shall flee, till you are left as a pole on the top of the mountain, and as a banner on a hill. God will be gracious. Therefore the Lord will wait that he may be gracious to you, and therefore he will be exalted that he may have mercy on you. For the Lord is a God of justice. Blessed are all those who wait for him. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. You shall weep no more. He will be very gracious to you, and at the sound of your cry, when he hears it, he will answer you. In thoughts the Lord gives you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. Yet your teachers will not be moved into a corner anymore, but your eyes shall see your teachers. Your ears shall hear a word behind you, saying, this is the way, walk in it. Whenever you turn to the right hand, or whenever you turn to the left, you will also defile the covering of your image of silver, and the ornament of your molten images of gold. You will throw them away as an unclean thing. You will say to them, get away. And then he will give the rain for your seed, with which you sow the ground, and bread of the increase of the earth. It will be fat and plentiful, And in that day your cattle will feed in large pastures. Likewise the oxen and the young donkeys that work in the ground will eat cured fodder, which has been winnowed with the shovel and fan. There will be on every high mountain and on every high hill rivers and streams of waters, and that in the day of the great slaughter, when the towers fall. Moreover, the light of the moon will be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun will be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days. And the day that the Lord binds up the bruises of his people, and heals the strokes of their wounds. Justice, judgment on Assyria. Behold, the name of the Lord comes from afar, burning with his anger, and his burdens is heavy. His lips are full of indignation, and his tongue is like a devouring fire. His breath is like an overflowing stream which reaches up to the neck to sift the nations with the sieve futility. And there shall be a bridle in the jaws of the people, causing them to err. You shall have a song as in the night with holy festivals and kept, and gladnesses of the heart as when one goes with flute. To come into the mountain of the Lord, to the mighty one of Israel. The Lord will cause his glorious voice to be heard and show the descent of his arm. With the indignation in his anger, in the flames of devouring fire, with scattering tempests and hailstones. For though the voice of the Lord, Assyria will be beaten down as he strikes it with the rod, and in every place where the staff of punishment passes, which the Lord lays on him, it will be with tambourines and harps, and in the battle of brandishing, he will fight with it. For a prophet was established of old. Yes, for the king it is prepared. He has made it deep and large. His pyro is fire, and with his much wood, the breath of the Lord is like a stream of brimstone. Kindle it. Kindle it.